Alright everyone, let's talk about what happened because Claressa Shields' latest Instagram live has people talking for reasons that have nothing to do with boxing. Instead of discussing an upcoming fight or celebrating her accomplishments, the conversation quickly turned into something much more personal. Many viewers felt that her comments were directed toward Remy Ma, and that is why social media immediately exploded with reactions. To understand why people are connecting the dots, you have to look at everything that has happened over the past several months instead of focusing on one live stream. According to many online discussions, this is not being treated as a single misunderstanding, but as another chapter in an ongoing public drama involving Claressa, Papoose, and Remy Ma. During her live stream, Claressa described herself as someone with tough killer energy and spoke about her past before becoming a world champion. She suggested that she had always been someone willing to defend herself and warned that anyone who challenged her would regret it. Although she never directly mentioned Remy Ma by name during those comments, many people watching believed the message was aimed in that direction. Social media users quickly began sharing clips of the live stream, debating who the comments were really about and whether they were intended as a warning or simply emotional venting. The timing of the live stream also caught people's attention. For months, Claressa had been teasing what she described as a major career announcement. She repeatedly hinted that something huge was coming and encouraged fans to stay patient. She mentioned it during interviews, posted about it on social media, and built excitement by saying that it would be one of the biggest moments of her professional career. Supporters expected an official fight announcement or another major boxing opportunity. However, when the expected day arrived, nothing significant was announced, leaving many fans confused and disappointed. Because that announcement never happened, some people online began questioning whether the excitement had been built without anything concrete behind it. Instead of revealing a new opponent or confirming a major event, the public conversation shifted toward personal drama. Critics argued that attention had moved away from boxing and toward social media arguments. Others defended Claressa, saying plans can change behind the scenes, and that fans often expect athletes to explain situations they are not legally allowed to discuss. There is no denying Claressa Shields' accomplishments inside the ring. She is widely recognized as one of the greatest female boxers of her generation. Her Olympic gold medals, multiple world championships, and undisputed titles have earned her a respected place in boxing history. Those achievements are based on years of hard work, discipline, and dedication. Even many of her critics acknowledge that her success as an athlete cannot be erased because of online controversies. At the same time, some fans believe that recent headlines have focused more on her personal life than on her boxing career. Much of that attention comes from her rumored relationship with Papoose, who is still legally married to Remy Ma despite reports that the couple has been separated for quite some time. The exact status of their relationship has remained a topic of public speculation, because neither side has fully explained every detail. As long as the legal marriage remains unresolved, people continue to debate the situation and create their own theories. Remy Ma, meanwhile, has continued making public appearances and working on various projects. She has remained active in entertainment, and whenever she appears at a major event, fans often compare her public image with the online discussions surrounding Claressa. Supporters of both women regularly argue across social media, making almost every new post part of a larger conversation that extends far beyond sports or music. Many online commentators have also pointed out what they believe is a pattern. They claim that whenever Remy Ma receives positive attention, another controversy involving Claressa soon follows. Whether that observation is accurate or simply coincidence is impossible to prove, but it has become a popular talking point among fans. Social media often encourages people to connect unrelated events, especially when celebrities are involved in ongoing public disputes. Another part of the discussion centers on Papoose himself. His social media history still includes many references to Remy Ma, and people continue to notice that the two remain legally married. Some believe that this leaves unanswered questions about where everyone truly stands. Others argue that private relationships should remain private, and that outsiders rarely know the complete story. Until the people involved provide clear updates, much of what circulates online remains speculation rather than confirmed fact. One statement from Claressa's live stream attracted especially strong reactions. She reportedly said she did not care about someone's past and suggested, she would handle anyone who challenged her. Because Remy Ma has publicly spoken about her past legal issues, many viewers interpreted the remark as a direct reference to her. However, since Claressa did not specifically name anyone during that portion of the livestream, the interpretation largely comes from audience speculation rather than an explicit confirmation. Some critics also question the language Claressa used because she is a professional boxer. They argue that elite fighters usually encourage opponents to settle differences inside a sanctioned ring, rather than through talk about street fights. Others responded that athletes sometimes speak emotionally during live streams, and that isolated comments should not automatically be treated as literal threats. As with many viral clips, different audiences interpreted the same words in very different ways. Several boxing fans also discuss reactions from other members of the combat sports community. Whenever respected athletes comment on another champion's behavior, those opinions naturally attract attention. Some observers express concern that emotional social media exchanges can distract from the sport itself and overshadow years of athletic achievement. Looking at the bigger picture, this entire situation shows how quickly celebrity relationships, rumors, and social media can become intertwined. A live stream that might have lasted only a few minutes turned into days of online debates, reaction videos, and commentary. Every new post is analyzed, every comment is examined, and every public appearance becomes another piece of a much larger story that fans continue to follow. At the end of the day, there are two separate realities. The confirmed facts are that Claressa Shields remains one of boxing's most accomplished champions. Remy Ma continues to build her career in entertainment, and Papoose is still legally married while reports of separation continue to circulate. Beyond those facts, much of the conversation consists of opinions, rumors, interpretations, and social media speculation. Until the people directly involved choose to fully explain their situations, many questions will remain unanswered, and the public will likely continue debating every new development that appears online. What people are talking about right now around Claressa Shields, Papoose, and Remy Ma didn't start overnight. It comes from a long timeline that fans and online observers have been picking apart for years. Claressa has always maintained in interviews that her relationship with Papoose began only after he and Remy Ma were already separated. She has repeated that same explanation in different places, including major interviews on platforms like The Breakfast Club and Tamron Hall. In her version of events, everything started clean with no overlap, and she has stuck to that story whenever she's been asked publicly. But not everyone accepts that timeline without questions. Some older interviews, especially on platforms like Vlad TV, along with online clips and discussions, have led people to believe the situation may be more complicated. According to critics, conversations around Claressa and Papoose were already circulating in certain circles long before things became public. People in their environment, friends, gym connections, and industry insiders were allegedly aware of interactions going back years. One clip even suggested references to 2022, a period when Remy Ma was still appearing publicly with Papoose as her husband at events and red carpets. On top of that, Claressa herself has been heard mentioning earlier timeframes, which some interpret as hints that the connection may go as far back as 2020. Because of these different versions, online discussions have built a very different picture depending on who you believe. Some say Claressa was simply interacting normally on social media, liking posts, leaving comments, showing support for Remy Ma like many fans do. Others argue it went beyond casual engagement and suggest she slowly became part of Remy's online space, while a deeper personal situation was developing behind the scenes. To those critics, this looks like a gradual process where someone becomes familiar within a couple's public world before anything changes openly. Supporters of Claressa push back strongly against this idea and say social media activity is being exaggerated into something it is not. As time passed, the internet did what it always does. It kept receipts. Old posts, screenshots, and interview clips stayed online and kept the conversation alive. Every new interview Claressa gave, especially when she framed her story around empowerment, Black love, and her personal journey, was rewatched and reinterpreted through this lens. Meanwhile, many supporters continued standing firmly behind Remy Ma, pointing out that she remained steady through everything. In their eyes, she didn't shift or react publicly in dramatic ways, which they interpret as strength rather than involvement in online chaos. At the same time, Remy Ma's own career has continued to move forward. She has new music out, she is involved in film projects including a Lifetime release, and she is being discussed in connection with expanding into media and possibly developing her own network or talk show format. She has appeared at major public celebrations, including large New York events with figures like Fat Joe and Mary J. Blige, where she was seen as confident, active, and fully in her lane. For many observers, this steady upward movement becomes part of the contrast people keep pointing out online. On the other side of that comparison, critics describe Claressa's current public situation very differently. They focus on her Instagram lives, emotional statements, and ongoing promotion of fights or announcements that sometimes do not fully materialize. There have been claims about big career announcements that don't always lead to clear outcomes, which fuels frustration among fans expecting concrete updates. Some online voices also claim she is trying to expand into entertainment and business ventures beyond boxing, but that these efforts are still developing and not yet fully established in the way she presents them. This is where the discussion becomes more heated. Critics compare Claressa's growing ambitions with Remy Ma's already established career in music and media, arguing that one is still building, while the other is already operating at a higher level. Others argue that comparing two different industries and journeys is unfair, and that Claressa is simply trying to diversify her career like many athletes do after reaching the top of their sport. Papoose remains a central figure in all of this. Online commentary often describes him as being stuck between narratives, with his past, present, and personal relationships constantly being analyzed. Legally, he is still married to Remy Ma, as no finalized divorce has been confirmed publicly. That fact alone keeps speculation alive, because in the public eye, legal status often carries more weight than personal separation claims. Another major talking point is the emotional direction of public reactions. Critics argue that Claressa often directs her strongest responses toward Remy Ma rather than Papoose. They point to livestream comments and heated statements as evidence of tension being aimed at the wife, rather than the man in the middle of the situation. Supporters respond by saying emotional reactions online are not carefully calculated and should not be overanalyzed as strategic behavior. What makes the situation even more complicated is how quickly narratives form online. A single live stream, interview, or social media post becomes part of a much larger storyline that is constantly evolving. People pick sides, interpret tone, and connect unrelated events into patterns that may or may not be accurate. Over time, this turns a private set of relationships into a public debate that never really slows down. In the end, what is actually confirmed is very limited. Claressa Shields is a world-class boxer with a decorated career. Remy Ma is an established artist and media personality continuing to expand her work, and Papoose is still legally married while living a publicly separated life. Everything else exists in interpretation, opinion, and speculation shaped by online discourse. And as long as those facts remain unresolved, the conversation will continue to shift with every new interview, post, or public appearance.